Hi y'all, I'm Casey and welcome to episode 1 of my knitting podcast. Today we are going to talk about what I have on my hooks. We are going to talk about what I have in my queue, and yeah, I am going to share with y'all some yarn. I am so excited about starting this journey with y'all, so come on, let's go. So I currently have 4 projects that I am working on simultaneously. 2 pairs of socks, a shawl, and a color work sweater. This is my first color work sweater, so I'm very excited to talk to y'all about that. But let's talk socks first. The first pair of socks I have is just a vanilla sock that is just like my on-the-go knitting. I carry this project with me to church, in the car, things like that. The yarn is, I believe it's called Grocery Store. It is Knit Picks Felici. It is a self-striping yarn, and that's a cute little stitch marker from, I believe, the November 2024 Yarnable. I do not want to be on a heel flap and gusset when I'm in church, so they're in 2 very different places. So I've got another full round on sock number 2 before I start the heel flap, and I am about halfway through the gusset on this one. And here is that yarn. It comes in this little ball like this, and I just pull from the center. It is in this cute strawberry bags. It's a Woolen Women fiber bag. The bag was gifted to me earlier this year. Very thankful for that. So I just keep, because this is such a thin yarn, I just keep it in this bag and it just is on the go with me. Very cool. I like it. Everything fits in here, and this just fits in my purse. It's quite nice. That is the first pair of socks that I've got going. And I say first pair because I started those the weekend of the Nashville Fiber Fest, and I had surgery about a week and a half later, or 10 days after that, so I didn't work on those for a long time. So I just recently picked them up in July. So the second pair of socks that I'm working on is it's the May Yarnable, and it's called Squeeze the Day. And it's this really bright yellow and green yarn. It's so cute. I really like it. I am making this pair of socks for my husband. I'm using Caitlin's Vanilla Bean pattern. She released this pattern in June, I believe, of this year. I got probably 40 rows in and had to tinker back all the way to the green because I got lost in the pattern. It's not a pattern designer, it's a Casey. I messed this one up. So, and I had to do that on both socks. I got lost on both of them, but it's been really fun. Once I figured out what to do, it was easy. I just had to figure out how to read the pattern in order to know where I was at all the way through. But I like it for this sock pattern, or for this sock color, because it looks like lemon rind to me. I don't know, it just looks like lemon rind, and I thought that would just be such a fun pair of socks to make for my husband. So I'm on the foot of this one, and I just work on these at night while we're watching TV or hanging out. I'll take them in the car with me, things like that. And I just started the gusset on this second one. And again, I had to tinker this one back as well. But that is the second pair of socks that I am working on. This pair of socks is in a Nitty City bag that was also gifted to me. So very thankful for those bags. All right, my shawl. The shawl that I'm working on is the My Reading shawl, and I just cast this on today. It's super easy to start. I did have to watch her video on the garter tab cast-on method. I've never done that before, but once I watched the video, like, it super easy, super clear. She gives a lot of good tips and tricks. The yarn that I'm using for this shawl is from Fangirl Fibers. It is on their fingering weight, and the color line is the Dirty Dancing 5-week mystery. I am a child of the 80s. And Dirty Dancing is an all-time favorite movie. And whenever I saw that she was coming out with a 5-week mystery, I was like, I have to get it. So I did. I got the tonal and the variegated. So this was week 1. This is the variegated. See all just those beautiful colors in there. And then this was the tonal, just a really pretty, not overly Kelly green, but kind of like grass green. So these are the first 2 yarns that I am gonna put in my shawl. I'm very excited. I'll have, because it was 10 skeins of yarn, I will have plenty left over, and I'm probably gonna do another shawl with it. I've got a couple that I really liked and that I wanted to do, and I think that it will be the perfect amount to be able to do 2. So, but the first one I'm working on is the My Reading shawl. I am holding the variegated double with itself, and then I think I am gonna hold the tonal double with a undyed yarn. This is Knit Pick Stroll. I think for the look that I'm going for in this, I think it's gonna be really nice to have the marled look of the tonal and the solid, and then the marled look of this variegated. So that is my thought process on this. The sweater project that I'm working on is the Birkin sweater by Caitlin Hunter. I'll put a picture here for y'all so that y'all can see it. You have the option of doing multiple colors for the color work or single color for the color work. My sweater is just 2 colors. When I was at the Nashville Fiber Fest in March, a chick that knits was there, and I absolutely fell in love with these 2 colors. First is the blue. I don't know if y'all can see it. It's like a dark steely blue. This is called Admiral, and it is on their Alpaca Dreams fingering base. It's 70% baby alpaca, 20% silk, 10% cashmere. It is 437 yards for 100 grams. This is the body of the sweater. My color work is in this beautiful variegated. This is called Seedling. It's also on their Alpaca Dreams base. In this sweater, I am making the size 6, and you might not be able to see it. I am kind of losing light, but this is where I'm at so far. I'm a little nervous because I am getting like a lot of puckering. I've never made a sweater before, so I'm like going all in on this sweater, color work, all of the things. But I'm excited about it. It's gorgeous. The Seedling yarn, because it has some specks of color on it, like, it is just It's beautiful. Like up close, you can see it. I'm probably not gonna be able to do it any kind of justice. You can see that there. But yeah, I'm very excited about it. I love the way it sits so far. Yeah, it's just really nice. So this is the Birkin by Caitlin Hunter. And I'm knitting on this at night. I don't need this to be done before September or anything. This is, I mean, Nashville doesn't really get cold until late October, early November. So I have plenty of time to just keep working on this. All right, so those are my whips. Let's move on to my queue, my project queue. So I got a couple of yarns that I want to share with y'all. There's 3 of them, but 2 are the same. This is a hand-dyed alpaca. I got this last summer of 2024, from just a really sweet lady at a yarn shop in Bardstown, Kentucky. My husband and I went to Bardstown for a weekend, and I found this cute little yarn shop on the square, and she had this, it was like a yarn shop and antique store. It was so cute. But she had this hand-dyed yarn. She dyed it herself. It's in this beautiful, like mossy green color. And I think what I want to do with this for this winter is I want to make a pair of fingerless gloves or mittens. Not quite sure what yet, but I think that's what I'm going to do with it. I wanted to do it last year, did not get to it. So I'm really going to try to get to it this year. I'm very excited about it. And then I have, this is from Maple Hill Manor. It is 80% US Surrey alpaca, 20% Hasia. I don't know how to say that. But I have 260 yards of each, about 4 ounces. And it's this just real pretty tweed color. Tweed, brown and tan. I don't know if y'all can see that there. But I have no idea what I'm going to make with this. I was thinking about making a pair, like crocheting a pair of slippers with it. If y'all have any ideas for this yarn, put it in the comments below. I would love to hear your ideas. Those are 2 projects that I want to make this fall. If you know of any cute patterns for colorwork hats, drop it in the comments below. But my original idea was to make a pair of socks out of this. And what I have, it's the Dyed in the Wool Spin Cycle Yarns Mississippi Marsala, and then it is Magpie Fibers Swanky Sock. Just how gorgeous are those together? Aren't those beautiful? Gosh, I fell in love with them. I found this at my local yarn store, and I was like, I want that. So I got it. I love these colors. So like I said, I'm probably gonna make a pair of socks, but for sure colorwork hat might be fun to do for winter. Also, when I picked up the Mississippi Marsala, I saw this Spin Cycle Yarns Big Sky that I'm gonna do something with also. It just looks like a beautiful sunset to me. And so I was like, I kind of want that. So I went ahead and got it. The next yarn that I want to cast on is this Deluxe DK Tweed by Universal Yarn. And I'll try to hold them all up for you. I have 5 skeins or 5 balls of this yarn. I picked out these 5 specifically because I think they're the perfect fall colors for a shawl. I'm obviously really into shawl knitting right now, apparently. I've never done it before, so we'll see how it goes. The project that I think I'm gonna make with this deluxe DK tweed is the Mini Stripes Wrap by Dana Ray Makes. You can find this on my Ravelry. All that will be in the description below. I'm not really great at keeping up with that, but I will make sure that this is linked in my queue. It is a $5 pattern on Ravelry, but it is just a striped wrap. It's crochet, and it's all different crochet motifs. It's just a crochet wrap, and I think it's gonna be a great project for this. It's kind of scrappy, but my shawl isn't going to be scrappy since I only have 5 colors to work with. But I like that there are different motifs for the rows. Last but certainly not least is a yarn that I have decided I am going to make a ranunculus with. Now, I know everyone is making ranunculuses, which is probably because it's a good pattern. So I am gonna throw my hat in the ring and make one myself. The yarn is from Red Stag Fiber, and it's part of their Manor collection. The color is Royal Ballet, and it's like this grayish purple color. I am super excited about this. Once I get my Birkin sweater done is whenever I'll cast this on. So this will be the next clothing item that I cast on. All right, friends, thank you so much for joining me today. I am looking forward to continuing to show you all my progress on all of these items. Hopefully by next time we meet, I will have a lot of progress on both my sweater and my reading shawl, and hopefully I will be done with at least 1 pair of socks. I really want to get my husband's socks off the needles this week if possible. All right, in the meantime, I will see y'all in the comments. Have a great week. Bye.